Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled Parents. In today's episode, sister's birthday ruined by entitled birthday and her daughter. EM flips after she reads the post about her daughter and her. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Sister's birthday ruined by entitled birthday and her daughter. This incident happened about 8 years ago. It was my sister's birthday and a lot of my family members from my dad's side were invited. My dad's sister, who will be called EM henceforth, and her daughter, EC henceforth, were visiting us after a lot of years because they shifted to California. So EM wanted her daughter to be the center of attention since the moment they came in. EC was about 7 years old and everyone was quite taken with her because she spoke in an adorable accent. When it was the time for cutting the cake, EM wanted EC to cut it even though it was my sister's birthday. The reason being she is a kid. She deserves to cut the cake. She is the youngest of them all. My sister, S, is way too old to be cutting cakes anyway. It was sister's 11th birthday. EM's request/order was declined by my mom, which made EM quite angry. When dinner was served, EM was very hungry and sat down to eat. As soon as she started, EC started crying and demanded to be fed. And EM expected my mom to stop eating and feed her kid. And my mother agreed. The worst was at the time of gift unwrapping. My sister loves Barbies, so she received a doll and a dollhouse from my mom and dad. And I gave her a bunch of homemade chocolate that I made myself. EM, what does S need chocolates for? Come on, give them to EC. You are way too old for them. S gave EC some of them, which EC proceeded to start eating right then. S went on to unwrap other presents and was made to share a bunch of other stuff like sparkle pens, a set of crayons, etc. too with EC. EC after some time started wailing that she wanted more chocolate. EM literally shouting, "Why have you not given her the chocolates? Didn't I ask you to? Why are being so mean? She's your cousin. She deserves them." S was almost at tears and gave her 3 more. Now only 5 chocolates remained, which she gave 1 to each of US mom, dad, EM, and me. I saved mine to give it to her later. EM noticed it and asked me to give to EC since I obviously was not going to eat it. I didn't. When S got to unwrapping the dollhouse and the Barbie, EM actually pounced on the doll and started pulling it away from S. Now S started to cry, which made EM angry. And she screamed at S to shut up and stop being so mean and stingy. EC was from US and did not have any Indian toys. And she needed the doll. My father flat out refused, which resulted in more screaming and crying. Then she left in a huff and kicked at the dollhouse, denting it. My sister was very sad, and needless to say her birthday was ruined. But that was not the end. About an hour or so later, EM was back kicking and screaming at our door saying we had poisoned her kid and that she would be suing us. EC's stomach was aching, but instead of calling a doctor she had drove her to our house. We seated them and called the doctor, during which EM was screaming about how we were jealous of her and would suffer terrible fates. The doctor said the pain was because of overeating. Guess she shouldn't have had 6 of those chocolates. EM then proceeded to blame me and my sis for everything and saying how both of us were spoiled and mean kids. Family can't kill M because it's still illegal. How can people be like this? How? What does your husband think of his sister? I mean, it only illegal if they are found. Screw you, Aunt Sheila. Do not invite them back. Brats don't get invited back. She will probably come back anyway saying you made my child cry by not inviting us. What did we ever do to you? And then will be a headline on the news the next day for arson. I'm sorry, but why did your parents allow her to stay? Someone does this to my child, you will burn him alive. Dude's been on Reddit 4 days and has way more karma than me. EM flips after she reads the post about her daughter and her. I posted a story about my aunt ruining my sister's birthday day before yesterday. Turns out she or her daughter is on Reddit and are subscribed to r/EntitledParents and read the story. This is what happened last night. EM entitled Mom, who's my aunt, EC her daughter, S my sister. EM called my dad last night at about 11 when my dad was half asleep. EM, how could you do this to us? Aren't we family? Why did you shame us like this? It was so many years ago? Couldn't you just let it go? And my dad no idea what she's going on about, so he asks her what has happened. To which she tells him that we posted on Reddit about my sister's birthday. My dad doesn't know and doesn't care what Reddit is and asks what's the big deal. EM, wow, so your daughters do things without telling you? You should keep an eye on them, don't let them get out of hand. You should have taught them manners. My name just exposed us and shamed us online. Dad, what are you saying? How did she expose you? She hasn't even talked to you in years. EM, she posted a story about us, and as soon as he see Reddit we knew it was about us. I haven't divulged any names in that story, not even mine. Dad asks me if I did that and why. So it took a total of 15 to 20 minutes to explain Dad what Reddit is and what I did. I tell him that I have just narrated a story and haven't exposed her identity in any way. So Dad just hands me the phone so I can explain it to her. As soon as I say hello, EM starts screaming at me so loudly that it can be heard outside the phone. EM, you, how could you do that? Who do you think you are? You poison my child and then make it up as if I was overreacting? Take that post down now. And apologize for it on that subreddit. If you don't, I know gonna sue you. WTF, I'm so angry that I just say no, I won't do anything of that sort. And that I would to see how you can sue me all the way from California. EM then proceeds to insult me and my sister. My dad takes away the phone and asks her to not ever contact any of us again and blocks her. So hey there, Aunt Sheila, hope y'all read this. Entitled parent, subscribe to r/EntitledParents, such irony. Maybe she thought I'm a parent and I'm entitled to things. This is the community for me. Or maybe she's just that oblivious. If you think that's ironic, wait until you hear of the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. This is so amazing. I love how she randomly came across a story about a horrible mother and her bratty child, and instantly knew it was about herself, and yet that's someone else's fault? LOL. Come on, Aunt Sheila, think about it. I know, right? If she read a story that resembles hers, a normal person's reaction would be to self-analyze and apologize. But no. She can be entitled, but we just aren't supposed to call her out on it. So hey there, Aunt Sheila. I spat out my chocolate milk. I don't want to seem like a attention seeker, but my karma went from 100 to 10-fold in like one night. How? I have no clue. So thanks for the attention, fellow Redditors, and I hope you enjoy your day. It was the best bit. OP is so delightfully evil, go her. That reveal on the last line made me spit my drink out laughing. I hope the now 15 years old kid is less entitled and is embarrassed by such a mother. Hear that, Sheila? I hope your kid is ashamed of you, Sheila. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.